Hello, it's Kate Mudsoul's Pottery coming to you from rainy Margate. Following on from last night's sneaky peek, let's have a closer look as I take pieces out of the kiln. What I will do is just show you, and then later on we'll have a much closer look together. Okay, let's have a look. it's Kay, back with a closer look at the pieces I took out of the kiln that you've just seen. So let's start. I'll start with a couple of refires. This mummy toadstool trinket vase cracked in the base. Got a bit of sun, so I don't know how well we're going to do. But yeah, now the crack has gone. It's nice and smooth, so that's great. This one, pointy toadstool, which I really loved. I don't know whether I chipped the top or the glaze just missed the top. Anyway, I dunked it in passion flour to give it another coat, and it's coated over the top. I mean, I think it's really cute. I'm just going to keep it for myself. I can see it going in the plant pot, and I will make some more of this shape, I think. So I think they're really fun and whimsy. Yeah, originally it just had eggplant and passion flower. So yeah, on buff clay. Now, yeah, titchy gnomes next. I did 2 little titchy gnomes. These are on speckled clay. The idea for these is just to go in your house plants. I mean, they're so cute. These 2 had, excuse me while I refer to my notes, had alabaster on their beards, left their noses raw clay, birch around the fur on their cloak, and then the lovely cheetah, which goes well on the speckled clay. I didn't put snow on these tiny ones and it's worked out fine. Yeah, just 1 coat of the cheetah though, because I didn't want a drippy mess. Yeah, they're very cute. And I might as well show you this one, although he was in the bottom of the kiln. I just did him with the birch cordovan combo. He's got a slightly different beard and a very sunburnt nose. Yeah, cute. Okay, then I did make some more starfish pendants. These are made out of reclaim. I didn't realise they were made out of reclaim, but they're okay. Just need a little bit of a sand down on the bottom. And what I did was this one is ocean drift, Amaco ocean drift. That's a flux glaze with celadon bloom over the top. I think it's quite cute. I mean, they might look a little bit pointy, but they're okay. I think I made these ones a little bit thinner than my original. Anyway, bit of fun. Right, then we get on to the big stuff. Now, some of you did see my dwarf mugs. I decided to make big ones. And they do, in fact, hold a pint, which is a result. Now, this is Lady Dwarf. Now, I loved her plaits. Wasn't too keen on her mouth. But anyway, I decided rather than trying to, you know, do everything a different colour, I would just make them look like stone and wood. A bit like the, is it Argonath in Lord of the Rings? I think that's right. Anyway, Lady Dwarf has got, so she's wet because I actually measured out to see whether they do hold a pint. Inside is macadamia. So I know this light's not great. I'll put pictures at the end. And yeah, in macadamia times 3, out macadamia times 2, and then 2 times sandstone, and then light flux on the rim. I think it's quite a good effect. I mean, they're quite weighty, and they're also, obviously, the design is at the front. So if you're right-handed, no, you can do it. I love the purpley colours that have come out in the flux with the sandstone. As you can see, it's on speckled clay, so we do get the little and the speckle showing through. So anyway, that's Mrs. Dwarf. Pardon me. Let's speed up a little bit. And then we got Mr. Dwarf. Actually, looking at him in comparison, he's very cute. Right. Inside alabaster ×3. Out alabaster ×2. And then winterwood ×2. And flux on the rim. Obviously, it's a slightly different effect. Yeah. I think he's quite cool. Same again. Bit of a chunky monkey, but surely a tankard needs to be weighty. Speckle play again. Right, then we have the small regular sized dwarf mug, which right, turn page over K. I decided to do frosted lemon inside and frosted lemon outside, and then Cordovan. It's a combo I saw on the Mako site, as we do. Didn't come out quite as I remember the picture. I haven't actually referred back to it yet, but yeah, quite earthy. But unfortunately, it says in my notes I put macadamia on his beard with light flux in the carving. Not light flux, dark flux. I tried dark flux and seems to have totally disappeared. Just made it slightly shiny. So I don't know. I might refire, I don't know. I like the way that the Cordovan's gone over the frosted lemon at the top. Yeah. It's cute, and he's quite a nice size for a cup of tea or coffee or whatever's your tickle. Right, next, a bit of an experiment. I found a template on Etsy, as I'm sure we all do, for a swirl mug, because I wanted a mug that I could just, you know, make quite a few of, if I'm honest, and test different glaze combos. You know, not very hard to make. Obviously you can see how it's done. You just cut the piece that's missing there and attach it to the rim. I did make a bit of a mistake though. I've made a few and I made them all, except for this one, left-handed. Because if you try and do, you see what I mean? But that's no big deal. Anyway, onto the combo. Now I did Cordovan ×3 inside, outside Cordovan 2, and dark flux swoops. Now I know people have been talking about the different fluxes because it's always light flux that's used mostly, and of course now we've got the white flux and clear flux. But poor old dark flux doesn't seem to get used a lot. So I thought I'd try it out on this one. So yeah, Cordovan ×2 outside, dark flux swoops ×2, and then birch, same way that I do the combo usually. Only one, and then recede it back 2. So you're not, you know, risking a drippy mess at the bottom. And obviously doing it like this has left some Cordovan at the bottom, which is quite a lovely deep burgundy colour. And a little bit, obviously, birch and everything flux on the handle. No, not flux. I wasn't going to risk that. Inside is quite attractive. And to me it looks like a bit like picture jasper again. But anyway, yeah, I think that's quite, and you can drink out of them well. So, yeah, result. Oh, I'm right in the sun and I'm getting a bit hot. I like a bit of sun, but I'm not a sun bunny. Right, wide cups. Did a different combo on these. Obviously the shape does go a little bit out with the handle. That's something I need to get my head round a little bit. But anyway, inside is Mystic Tide ×3. Another one I don't see used quite often. I think the only person I've seen use it is oh my goodness, me and names, I tell you. Denise at Dark Star Pottery. Right, anyway, Mystic Tide inside ×3 and at the bottom ×3. And on the top piece up to here, I put Floating Turquoise, Spectrum Floating Turquoise ×1, and then Celadon Bloom ×2. And what I did with the Celadon Bloom was I used a sponge to put it on. And as you can see, it's run quite a bit, obviously with the help of the Floating Turquoise, hence I only put one coat on. And I did the same on the handle. Yeah, I like the way I did put the Celadon Bloom a little bit over the edge. And as you can see, it's run with the flux. A couple of little knobbly bits. I think it's just crystals that haven't fully melted. I think there's quite a good beachy effect. I think this might be my beach combo. Yeah. Got 2 of those. The other one's pretty much the same. I've started doing my little Montauk's Pottery maker's mark on everything. Yeah. Quite pretty. Okay. And then I made a request from the Westgate Galleria that I have my shelf on, some more tall toadstool mugs, which I do like making. And as you can see, it's the birch ×2 swoops of light flux. I do swoops with these, so it's just like Nike swoops around. And then Cordovan ×2. And I usually, obviously I follow the pattern of the transfers, so I do the first coat around the transfers and the next one I stagger back a little bit. As you can see, this one has got rather a unique drip. I just need to smooth that off a little bit there. Oh yeah, it's handmade. Yeah. Nice mug. And the other one is pretty similar. It's just got a nice fat drip there. A couple of fat drips. And I was lucky with the glaze not running over the maker's mark. Obviously same combo. And the transfers are from Sandbow. A little bit pink. Right, anyway, this kiln load is a little, you know, there's things that are similar in it, but yeah, anyway. Right, oh, sunrise sippies are next. Now, obviously quite a few people have made sippy cups. I've made and the door next door is open. He's fine. Okay, thanks, buddy. Good boy. Okay. But I decided, because the ones I made before were too small, in my opinion. So I decided to go big. And I did a little dive into Pinterest, as you do, and found a lovely combo which I'll try and put a picture of as well. I did get the lady's name as well to share. Obviously her item was the inspiration, but what I did is I added curry into mine and reduced the size of the ginger, and also added a bit more snow down the bottom. Anyway, I shall tell you what I did, and the inside is different. So yeah, similar but not the same. So yeah, let's right, first of all, inside I put honey flux, and then I thought, hang on, I've got cirrus flow. So I put 1 honey flux and 2 cirrus flow inside, let it go over the edge a little bit, as you can see. And then, excuse me, going from the bottom upwards, I was a bit of a wuss and thought I'll put some snow at the bottom as a bit of a breaker, just in case. So yeah, three on the band of snow at the bottom. Then it's all spectrums going up until we reach the amaryllis. Spectrum Louisiana Bayou times 2, Spanish moss times 2, fuzzy peach times 2, bougainvillea or boogie pink as we call it times 2. Hang on. Ginger, there's only a little bit of ginger, times 2 again. Curry, larger bit underneath, times 2. Underneath, amaryllis, times 2. And then at the very top, sunrise, times 2. And I went back and dabbed, I think it has a little bit of it there, pardon me. I dabbed snow on with a natural sea sponge to look a little bit like foamy, sea foam. So yeah, so we've got 2 of these. And I forgot to get my straw to double check the sizing, but it fitted when they were bisque, so I'm sure it will fit now. And I'm really quite over the moon with those. I think they're quite arty, and I think they may go well in the Galleria. Yeah. I don't know, I haven't measured how much they hold, but I will do. And I will definitely be making more. Now the only issue is obviously glazing inside. I did, to be honest, use my reactive white dipping glaze, poured it inside, but I have got some more, but I've not made it up yet, and it was too thick, so I ended up having to wash it out and start again. So I thought, well, I'll use the flux glazes for now. I've got really long paintbrushes, so I managed to glaze thoroughly inside. So yeah, just looking at those amaryllis strips there. Yep, really pleased. Look at the feathering from the Louisiana Bayou. I've only got the sample pot still of the Spectrum glazes, so I think I might have to invest in some bigger pots. We shall see. Okay, that's those. Oh, I've not had my dinner yet. I'm getting hungry and rather pink. Anyway, next, garlic keeper. Now, I've wanted to make a garlic keeper for myself for ages. So I was looking around, again as you do, for templates, because let's face it, makes life easy. And I got the template from Pottery to the People. I'm sure a lot of you follow Mia. So I thought, right, I shall, a few of the things need a little on the bottom, it's the kiln paper and kiln. My kiln shelves are still a mess. Yeah. But anyway. I need to advance the shelves. I have to put in a special order, I think. Anyway, sorry, going off track a little bit. I think it's, like I say, because I need my dinner. So to be honest, I use the same combo because I do really love it, and I was planning that this would be mine as it's a, you know, the tester piece. So yeah, birch ×2, in and out. And this time I put light flux dots. As you can see, the effect is a little bit different. I think I was very lucky that it didn't run off. Have we got no, just a little, that's from the Kiln paper, which I sort of love and sort of hate, but anyway. And then the lid is the same basically, but I put swoops of flux on the lid before I decided to put dots on the outside. But anyway, it goes quite well. And I decided to, as you can see in the kiln, fire them together. That's Mia's suggestion, which is fair enough. I mean, she knows what she's talking about. But I think because the lid is I don't know, because the lid is a bit thick, maybe a bit heavy for it. I can understand that they sort of fire together. You just have to obviously make sure that the rim stays unglazed, as we'll see in my next pot. Sorry about the noise. I will, you know, I've got to file it down a little bit. I've not done that yet. But I think it's nice, and I'm looking forward to putting lots of garlic in it. I mainly went for this combo because I have got blue tiles in my kitchen, but it's, you know, it's a drip there. Oh, where is it? Go and drop it now. The darker blue drip at the bottom. Yeah. Nice. Right. And then me being me, I thought, right, I'll make something different with this this pot. And I didn't realise when I was making it that I probably pressed a little bit hard with the sage leaf, so it's gone a little bit out of the round. Let's take this off so we can look. It's gone a little bit out of the round, but I think the idea is good. So I will definitely press a little bit more lightly next time and try again. I think the impression of the sage leaves has come out really well. You know, I like my sage leaf items. So yeah, the sage leaves, which has got green tea, 2 times green tea. Inside is frosted lemon times, where's it gone, ×2. Obviously it's buff clay, so you know you get a little bit of a different result, but as you know, I like buff, speckled and black clay better than white clay. And on the outside, another combo I found, I recently got a frost blue from Mako, and this is frost blue ×2 with green tea over the top. And it's really quite a nice effect. Yeah. Unfortunately, oh, and a lid I made out of a sage leaf, which I thought was quite a good idea. But unfortunately, whether it's the shape of it or I didn't wipe back quite near enough there, so it did catch on the top. So I may just, you know, add a little bit of, file it down, add a little bit of glaze and refire separately. I don't know. It's probably worth a try. Yeah, so that was the only boo-boo of the kiln. So I was very lucky. So yeah, I think this is probably the best kiln load I've had. And hopefully it's because, you know, I am paying even more attention because, yeah, pottery is my main thing, as I've said now. Anyway, let me know your kiln favourite. I will put photos at the end. I'll probably wait till, oh my goodness, the sun. It's typical, isn't it? It's raining and then the sun comes out when I'm trying to do a video. I will take some photos, I think, outside tomorrow and post them at the end. So, like I say, let me know your kiln favourite. And don't forget to subscribe if you don't already. And yeah, I'm going to have my tea. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks again for watching.